Hey there! I'm Charlotte from Colorful Teaching for You. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we're going to be switching gears a little bit and talking about helping our children manage anger. Especially, we're focusing on preteens and teens. And so many of us believe that anger is, we shouldn't have it, we shouldn't feel it because it's the root of all problems and it turns us into these evil beings. But you and I both know that's not actually true because it's not what it's not the actual emotion, it's what we do with it, how we handle it, how we choose to handle it, right? So, this, my friends, is especially difficult for preteens and teens because they've got hormones that are acting on their emotions and it's difficult for them to manage it. So here we're going to talk about how we can help them. Now it's normal, and so we want our kids to know that anger is a very normal emotion and they should feel it. It's literally just energy in our bodies that can be transformed into a powerful force. Think of it like a superpower. Think of it like your own superpower. You can either use it to hurt people, or you can use it to transform something into positive change. You can be that force for positive change. That's what we want to tell them. That's what we want to instill in them. So anger literally is an emotion that we want our kids to be able to feel. And it's really difficult for some of them who are dealing with hormones because many of them will, or teenagers will act out without thinking because of, like I mentioned, the hormones. But there's also children and adults that are like that as well. So we want to be able to see or help those who need that. So the following steps that we're going to talk about, they're specifically designed for preteens and teens, but you can use that in your own life or in your children's lives. So let's get started. You might need to do a little bit of movement or actions with me, so we're gonna get on to this. The first thing you're gonna do, and this is something we always talk about in our classes with our children. So the first two are fairly understandable, and then we get into the fine tune it. So here, the first step, you're gonna stop, and you're gonna walk away and find a safe space. So it could be in your classroom or in your home or in another place. And if you don't have one in your classroom or your home, I have created a free resource. It's a first link. The paid one's the second one, but the first one should help you get started in a very minimalistic approach. So you should have all the resources in your house. You shouldn't have to get anything, but if you do, this should be very inexpensive, but it's free. So grab your resource and create a safe space and name that space with your kids. Okay. So first you're going to create that space. You're going to have them stop, walk, and go to that safe space. When they get to that space, the second step is they're going to do deep belly breaths. So if you cannot see my belly, you're probably a little lucky because I've got postpartum belly here. So right here, you're going to pretend it's a right? I did it quickly because for time purposes here, but I want you to spend some time with them doing this. Probably for younger children, about 10 times. For older, it might be 15, it might be 20. It's not to get rid of the emotion, but it's actually just to have them calm down and focus. So they're going to be focusing on what they're feeling, the sensations they're feeling as the breath goes into them and out of them as they do those 10 breaths. Okay? So right after that, what I want them to do, the third step, is to figure out where in their body the actual emotion resides. So, is it in the belly? Is it in your fingers? Is it in your toes? Is it in your neck? Is it in your chest? Figure out where in your body it is. And the reason for this is not just all loosey-goosey. It's because anger resides in two places, in your mind and in your body. Now, it is really difficult for an adult, let alone a teenager or a preteen, to tackle both. And when you're trying to tackle both, your emotions start to just go all over the place. Price of teaching, thank you for watching. So we don't want them to be able to go all over the place. So we focus on one thing at a time, and that is first on your body, okay? Like we said, anger is an energy. So once it's on the body, once you focus exactly when you figure out where it's in the body, it'll start to dissipate, right? And then all you are left with is your mind. So let's recap really quickly first. You stop, you walk away, find a safe space, take a few deep belly breaths, and then what you're doing is you're finding out where in your body it is. So if you were doing a little dance with your class, do, do, and then it's, right? I like to do little dances with the kids. So the next step after that is to name the emotion, right? Once you name the emotion, could be anger, frustration, maybe sadness, whatever it is, name it and then pinpoint exactly what caused that emotion. So if you are a teenager right now, or even an adult and you need support, I would go and get some help from an adult that you trust. And at that point, then you want to figure out what caused that emotion. And the reason is because, especially when hormones are involved, we tend to over amplify, right? One little thing, even if it's not what the person said, it could be an external factor that could have caused that, but it over amplifies in our mind. And that's what we want to target. So figure out what exactly caused that issue. And then after that, your step 5 is looking at moving from venting and figuring out the point to finding a solution. So when you're trying to figure out what that emotion was, write or draw it out if you can't figure it out. Spend only a few moments. Once you figured it out, you can vent for about 10 minutes, and then I want you to find a solution right away. You don't want to be stuck in this victimhood moment for too long, because it's very easy to just stay there. So move right into finding a solution. If you're a parent or a teacher, this is exactly where you need to go. Go into finding a solution. And then the last step is that superpower step I talked about. This is where you want to take them and tell them, how do you transform this anger into something positive? So what can you do? How can you go and support somebody? So can you call someone? Can you volunteer? Can you do what we're doing right now? Maybe you can, like I'm talking to you right now, right, about helping children with anger. So can you help somebody else? Get them going right away. Get them to actually volunteer and help out right away. Oui, madame, thank you so much for joining as well. The last thing I want to mention is make sure if you're a parent or teacher, do not control the emotion. If you control the emotion, you're going to get a lot of lashback right there. Kids are not going to, they're going to shut down and they're not going to want to pay attention to you. So let them, remember, walk away and deal with the emotion first before you even talk to them. So let's go through it really quickly again. You're going to stop, walk away, big belly breaths. Then you're going to feel the emotion, pinpoint exactly what was causing it, call somebody for support, and then be of service. So I like to do little dances. Remember, do, do, and then do, 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 and then you're going to be of service. So I hope that helps so far. And just a quick note, if you would like more support because you know that children are struggling with anxiety and anger and all of that, if you'd like more support, if you are, especially with children who are acting out, come and have a chat with me, because we're starting a membership for parents and teachers who have children who are struggling with anxiety to help them find their superpower. So send me a private message and we will get started. All right? Talk to you later. Thank you so much. And remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. Take care, my friends. Bye.